Everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. Everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. In this world, every people, every person, without reason, they cannot had uh, begin their step. They cannot begin their steps. They cannot, without reason, they cannot start their step. So that's why I also said these words. Everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. And why I said today I will discuss with these words. I have come in this place and now at 6 o'clock for practicing English language and for practicing thinking, for practice thinking, develop. That's why I say, my dear friends, all of you now, speaking is very, very important things. And God also has given to us vocal. And why not you use our vocal? God has given to us everything for free, but we have taken all of these things freely, but we don't use. No, we don't know how to use. We use how we how to use how we use perfectly. That's why um, uh, we don't take success. That's why success won't come in our hands. So English language is a very terrible language. I also manage for my. I have doing this practice. I have been doing this practice for 2 years. Not it was. This words I can say another way. I have been doing this practice continuously to 3 years. By the 3 years, and by the 3 years, what I learned, and by the 3 years, what things I developed myself. But also, you are understanding me and what I did. But now, also now I have some words. There's a which day I do, which day I feel some words that day my mind doesn't work, and sometimes later also my will. So today I also said one thing is today I will discuss with you philosophy of our life, philosophy of our human being minds, philosophy of our mind, philosophy of our culture, philosophy of our educational things, everything. Today I will discuss about you our philosophy. So also every day, and now this time is giving biscuits to the birds. This time is giving biscuits to the birds, and then after I'll start my speaking again. So now just you keep watching, just you keep watching, and while I'll while uh, I and until if I do not give them biscuits, they also I'll not satisfied. I'll not cool my mind now. This word doesn't properly. If I do not give them biscuits, and I will think that I didn't do. I left something behind my life and to this morning because of that. So many for many days. So but the one bird, two birds. So two birds come, two birds come here. So now speaking time two birds or one bird, and this is not the word in singular plural, but very very and this practice by the practice only. Like the some of the people they are so developing their words, and like this also now English language like this sing a song, and why two three four birds already have come here. Now so now I cannot see this. Okay, now so I have given to the birds biscuits, and within few minutes they will come and they'll start to eat. Now I'll show to you some few birds already come here, and they will start with eating. So there's one of the persons who said to me, and this class I want to do this class like this philosophy of our attitude and mindset. Now this is the one of the things Indian philosophy, Indian ideology, and why not what like so you are also observing two birds started to eating, and okay now you eat, and now I'll make my video. Then after making video, then I'll go to my home. Then what I'll do? Okay. No, another thing is now I'm also thinking that understand, but no, English speaking is so very when I started to speak my speaking going to another way. Sometimes my speaking doesn't work perfectly because of that. When I started to thinking, extra think work in our mind. Because of that, our philosophy is very very difficult. So some few words are reading now. Okay, now I will start my video, and in this morning situation also you can see this place is very calm and cool. That's why I regularly come for making video. And also one thing that I noticed yesterday also one of the persons also said to me, what you are also doing? I also said, no, okay, and going well. Now the summer vacation so going well. Is the true, but now after drinking something, when we drink some of the drinking, then our mind doesn't work properly. But here that was not like this naturally words that comes from our mindset like this. Now today so I'm so saying some of the simple words. Today my vocal is I notice many people say vocal the and out loud you say you use your vocal, but no, I say no simply I also know Bengali language is a very philosophically you have to understand this language, otherwise never will work. Like this now today also now I'm not using very high vocal because of that, comfortably I want to say comfortably, and that's also now I'm so feeling. So, my dear friends, one thing is very, very important to understand. And no, my dear friends, it is very important to give information all of you. At this moment, these movements are going to be in our life. So, the upcoming life will be so very difficult or not. I'm not referring to you, and the upcoming life will not be very easy because of that. We think that our forefathers, how they would live and how their lifestyle was. Like this was what I said, and our forefathers, like and one of the persons who said now, do not. I was I mean, I do. Okay, no matter that or no. Sometimes you have to do. Sometimes you have to saying. Sometimes you are okay. Now let's just come here. Just if I say this type of these words, if I use, then what will be? So you will never understand my words because of that. No, when if I do not use this my mouth, very uh, open mouth. With this open mouth, if I do not set, so another sentence never will come. So now another sentence thing. So now I found it here. So philosophy of the our culture, and yesterday so one of the books I have ordered this book Indian philosophy, Indian people mindset. Why not? This also now I always ask my question. This is the which question I would ask myself, and I also don't know about this question because of that. Now today I am slowly understanding is the philosophy of our mindset, and who will understand who wants to understand these words is very not so easy. Others people because of that. I don't know. Philosophy is like my philosophy. Everything has a own philosophy. That's also we do nothing without reason. Everything has a reason. Without reason, um, uh, we do not start our steps. We do not start and our step like we do not starts our steps without reason. Like this was and how we do not move our one step. Um, we do not move our even one step without reason. This was I saw said everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. We do not move forward. We do not move forward even one step without reason, and that's why I say everything has a reason. This reason also now I also say to you now why I am saying to you one thing is I'm so clearing slowly in my mindset, and I am I want to become an artist, but I don't know about this art field is very and why the people and my reason, my living reason, my speaking reason, my mm, walking reason, my running reason, my living reason, everything. I also said these words, everything has a reason. Without reason, we do nothing. Because of that, and okay, now in our societies, people, what they are doing, you just also know you study, whether you observation, you nothing can guess, you nothing can guess without observation. Because of that, our societies, people, we are also we everything in our mindset also now in everything has come in our life from our society, everything we get from the society, and society has given to us everything, but we never ignore, we never argue to the society, and society is everything. But also now when you will like this understand, then you have to do uh, you have to do you have to live your society's feelings. Because of that, all are people. We also know when I was young, and that time I don't think nothing, but also now I had to do learn from them, like this now in school. And first we learn, we are learned from our parents, associate, and our societies and journal, media, and media, and by the street, and many things we learn from our society. But now here, one thing I'll say to you again, these words now, why I'm just saying to you, is the philosophy of our mindset. We also learned all these things from by our society, by the teacher, by the people, all our people, they also given. Uh, but here is that one thing, if I say these words now, uh, now if I ask to you, when I want to do something new creation, when I want to learn, because of that, what things which like this now, I completed my education in Bengali honors. But after doing all of people, they know slowly, I'm a person. My house is like this here. I living here. My father, parents, and all our people, they know about me, where I have come from. Then also when I think that I have to change something in my life, then your problem will add to you. Because of that, all our people, they know you are already you are learned by the learning system, by the our school education university system. But why you are want to do, but it is not the meaning of this changing things. It is not the right, because of the which things you have learned before, you have to live with this people, their mindset, their philosophy. Because of that, because one thing is very, very important now. Today, I will discuss about this matter, and because of that, now, so if I ask them, and the people, they will not say to you, they will say, and they will go out from you, they will go out from you, they will say after few and 2 3 words will say, but they will never listen. But they know what things I didn't do, and why you'll do. You also cannot do these words. What things I didn't do, you also cannot do this work. Because of that, it is not that your courage. You don't have courage properly. Your father is like this worker. You also already learned, and why you want to learn. So now this also now I say they couldn't do this job, and why I'll do this like this job, why I can do this job. Because of that, it is not our thing. But no one can give you, no one give you, no one gives you, and nothing. No one, every person will say why you are doing these things, why you are thinking this like this. No, I want to art is my hobby. If I said art is my hobby, I want to learn art. Also now, okay, I learn. I can learn everything like this. If you give me now, say you draw this, and I also will draw. Some few days, also some few months. But when I see this is the philosophy of that mindset. No. So education I also started, and what the in interesting things is here I get found in my life. These the things is when I started learning English language. When I started learning English language, then I I thought and thought. I thought and thought, and what is my problem, and why not? Why I cannot speak, and what is the meaning of this speaking? And it is not the speaking; it is the totally you have to develop your mindset. Totally you have to change your mindset. I found it. Then I started. Oh, there is a problem. Not only the speaking, and also now if I we when we speak and speaking words, how many words we are everyday speaking. These are only these things, living words we know. Only living words we know. Otherwise, we cannot say another words. And when I started to learning this language, then I also shocked. Oh, in this world, so very big secrets hidden in this language, behind this language. Then I started to find out. Then I started to know. Then I asked to myself, this type of education is not will be good for me because I have to do learn more and more. Otherwise, I cannot learn nothing. I cannot speak nothing. Okay, and more and more thing, and I started to learning philosophy. Then I also asked myself. I always ask myself, and what is the reason why people cannot speak and why people cannot be successful in their life? So many artists are so they are working, they are so thinking. Now one also now coming in my mind. Then the philosophy of our mindset. And I also asked myself, which are words, my words, and what can I do, people? So people, they do not never, they do not never feel about our life. Because of that, this is the very sadness. I should say, it's very sadness because they are reading, they are doing their job like this. My sister husbands also now they pass out and die because and what is the matter? What are the things? Because of that, and our service is very dangerous. But now you have to control your mindset. You have to control your body. You have to control your health. What things you are doing? What things you are thinking? What things you are learning? But if you don't change, you cannot change the world because in our surrounding life. Okay, now here is another words of starting comes. These are things, and I always think that. So that's why now many things is what we learn from our schools, and what we know comes from the school. What we know today, and already what we already before what we learned, everything also comes from the society. But after growing up, then I asked myself, what the whole are people also doing? And this time, oh, here I find out this. And when I was young, when I was child, this time, was not depend on my hands. On my hands, this time was not depend. And today, I am controlling my life. Today, I am controlling my life. Today, all things also depend in my hands nowadays. And I have no my fathers and mothers. I have no fathers, mothers. I have no father, mother. All of them died, and my sister also. They got married, but here is the only alone. But now I asked to myself now, this is the time for me. Why not? I live uh, for my life, and why not? I will invest into my life because of that. Learning things I have collect, and the people what learning things I have learned by them. I have learned by them, but it is not the proper education for me. But I have to change something. Then also I started to changing my life, and automatically north will be. So then also and why I'm saying to you, these are words also now you have to do say in English. But philosophy of this our mindset. What you want to do by this my paintings. Now, here there's also now something so different. You are observing my painting is something different. And before my painting was like this, also some emotionally sense I would create. But today I am thinking that inside of my inside of my soul, inside of my soul and internal sense of my life, internal my philosophy. How can I explain in my canvas? And how can I develop my philosophy only? And if I can do, why not you also can do? You also can think what I'm saying. People they never will understand my feelings because of that. I'm so applying my art. I'm so applying my art in myself. If I can change with this art, you also can change. Because of that, you ask to yourself. This painting will ask to you why. Like this now, you will see this mouth is very big, and ice force is very what is it called? Ice. Ice is very big and very. Um, this ice looking at us, This eyes looking. This eyes are looking at us like this very, very. What is it called? Okay, brightly. And here so now big eyes is watching to us, and big eyes also now asking to us to me and why I'm so doing. And this the activities is very no. And now here is and another thing is his mouth, his expression, and his hairstyle, hair hair movement, and in his like this and neck also like so it has this like this, what is the neck garland, like this we say in our, I also have taken like this garland and the neck garland so. And there's some uh, there so uttariya also here I have showed his uttariya means some of the, what is the meaning of this uttariya. Now another thing is like that so now saying his body movement and leg. If I say now some words with this leg words, what is that? This leg position, and why we do when the children will birth without this leg position like this. Nowadays also now normally this leg size, this leg position will go like that reason like this also now. Here is the another thing is now when we love to someone, that's we need like this this position. Without this position we cannot feel nothing. So this leg position also now I input, and slowly I input my things in these paintings, like why I do this, why you asked, and all of this body action and body movement, all of that I have reason. That's also I say everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. I don't need much more education now. I should say no. He also does what is that now. I am our philosophy in our Indian people philosophy. One of the persons who said, Leo Tolstoy, Leo Tolstoy said, what is the book's name is? The What is Art? You can understand this philosophy, and fear is the art, and we also fear is the art. Somebody say he is the artist, but I said no. Why you are not doing some art? By the art, you can develop your mindset. Because of that, you cannot guess your words, and you are learning. We are learning from other things for the job, for the activities, everything. But you never think that also now what is their philosophy. Their philosophy is very interesting. Like this also now, every person they have to understand this philosophy of our mindset. Not only this education, but we are all Indian people. We don't we don't know. We don't want to understand this philosophy. Philosophy is another subject. It is not my subject. That's why it is not need not to me. But I said no. If you want to be a doctor, And why not you understand? You have to understand this philosophy of mindset. What? Then your work will go properly. Then you can do work and properly. What is the when you will understand? Like somebody and comes. Someone comes in your chamber and entering he said out loud, sir, and now so I'm so getting pain here. What is the reason? You can give me some sort of painkiller. Then I said, okay, now so you sit here and no doctor, I think was uh, no any doctor. So asked to him, but what is you doing? What is your work? And what is your job? What you are doing? They cannot say to them nothing. Without saying, they write some medicine and they write some for examine. And they say, no, you go after 3 days or 4 days later, you may come again if the uh, pain will not move. If the pain uh, if the pain doesn't move, if the pain doesn't move, you come here. So now this is the words of my set. So this is the things is very important things to know. I'm also saying to you, and this is the philosophy. That's now I said to you, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I am an artist. But I my opinion or advice you can think. I don't know, by the feelings of this we can see, but we can see the doctor also now. I also many times many times I had gone in their chamber. So, and they would say what is the profession? Then I say I am so an artist. I'm so doing art. I would like to do art, but after listening, they don't say nothing else now. And I used to say, okay, this is my job. And if I would say now, so I am still doing job, but they feel very good and also earning money. But by the art, how much money I can earn, how much money I could earn, they could guess with these words. They could guess with these words. But okay now. And then I also don't know this, and I also going to say to them, and after checking, I backed. I so go out from this chamber. This is the philosophy of our mindset. But here's the many things I have found. Then our like the social philosophy. And what the reason? I always ask to myself because of that sort of man, people they are so living or and why they are so living or where nowadays also now where I go and in our society it is a very true thing. So now there are uh, mm, many way everywhere every department all our department all our people so they are making some corruption. They are so doing many corruption. With this corruption fulfill in our life, we couldn't move, we couldn't go ahead of our life. Because of that, so now, when I go to the bank, when I go to the passport office, then they ask to me, and what is the reason? If I say, no, I have some one of the exhibition, but no, and which people they are so examine. I say in this who like this reception who is taking my examination. I say, and why not the here? This post will be very valuable post. This post is very valuable, and if I say, if I say now that this receptionist would be educated person. Without education person, nobody can sit on this chair. Because of that, and he he or she has to do so much more knowledge than other people. Without knowledge, without psychology, without philosophy, how she or he, the officer, will understand this my feelings, my words. There is no after saying and when I said no, I'm an artist, but this the problem is increasing because of that they don't know about this art, And I have to do that. But after saying, then also he couldn't understand. He couldn't try to understand my feelings. Because of that, what will happen? But if I say to him, now I'm a worker, government worker, then also oh, I couldn't do any harmful work because of that. And if I do, and my whole life, my whole, my family will go go in suffer. My family all will go in suffer. So that's why also I will not, never ever I will do any harmful work. But if I am a businessman and some what kinds of business you are doing and how much money you have and why you have to go there in this country and what is the person and traveling, okay, now you good, you can go. But art fields is very dangerous because of that. If I say near the oh, I am so an artist, but and what they will say and how they will understand, how um, uh, they will talk to me because of that, don't know. And if I say, they also know artists, they have artists, they have much more knowledge than other people. They will say, oh, this is the very, very good things. But also every time I try to myself to speak with me because of the philosophy of the mindset. And I think that by the artwork you ask to yourself, you live your life. By the hands of many type of these artists also in this world, they also, but by the art. And now I'll give you another example like this. And in your in our village, and there are a beautiful tree in this, like this shady tree. And one of the writer, he every day comes and under the tree he writes, says something. And like this also it may be poetry and something also and one day another person, rich man and businessman, notice this. And like this also this is the my 1 kilometer milestone. I also did today's works. Because of that, if I don't see this milestone, I cannot see it. I cannot see it calmly, and I cannot sit my seats. I cannot sit on my seats and quietly. So then also one of the writers also he was writing. He would write in this under the tree, and one of the rich men came, and he noticed one day also oh, he's writing under the tree, and this tree is very big, and I can make much more money with this tree if I cut. Okay. One day also he planned this tree will cut. He by the him the uh, tree will cut by the him. Tree will be cutted. Tree will be cutted by the him. And another person also came like this. Another person came, and another rich man also came. But he noticed uh, he's writing here this situation is very nice and good, and he listened. Who wants to cut this tree? But he listened. But he doesn't say to him nothing. But when he had gone to the cart for the tree, and he said, "Now, okay, now just to stop, my dear friends. Now, give me some seeds. Um, uh, can you give me some seeds in this seeds? What is it? From this tree. I want to plant this tree in my garden, in my so now big forest also now I have." The businessman also shocked, and you will plant. You want to plant this type of the tree? And he says, yes. Now you come here. You come here cutting. You come here for the cut tree. You come here for cutting tree. Now if I plant some of the 100 plants of the tree, what will happen? Some few days later, so now I want to pay much more money also now will come, and so many artists, so many singers, so they can go in my house and they can write and read and under the tree. But now the rich man is not shocked. Okay, and now this is the one of the philosophy of our mindset. Because of that, which situation, which the tree never ever in their surrounding life this tree would have given to them some shades, but no one can understand. But when the writer sat down under the tree, then all our people also they notice these things. But our stories start from this. Like this, in our philosophy, like this, all our people we are noticing like that. But I say one thing, why not you develop yourself? This is the story's moral of the story. Why not you develop yourself? But coming this here, when I started to read, and there's no philosophy. If you don't think what has your philosophy in your mindset. But here there if I said yesterday also one thing one thing yesterday also came in my mind, and one thing declared in my mind. This was like slowly I'm thinking, but now yesterday I said many things with my words. How many words I can say, but slowly, slow is very important. But the slowly things are so making video here. Okay, now philosophy of this mind. There's yesterday I listen all the words. These things I want to share. But before what things I would say, I always would say learning season about this learning season. But also now today totally my artwork, my art sense. I'm also getting find out this philosophy of our mindset in our society's culture. Now let's say our society. In our society, what is happening? How I observe all of these things, my life, and in our culture, all the time also now we are celebrating in a year 13 festival. In a year, we say this is Bengali, Paroma Ter Barbon. But these things is my philosophy. I also have taken all of these things idea from our cultural philosophy. And I always would to notice also before, but why we are celebrating, why we are worshipping, and what is the matter. But education and creativity, but we are living, and why we are living, and what is the reason? Why not we can do something so good? But we are Bengalian people, all time. We would like to live into our life. We never ever we think that now I have to do something so good for others people, but we never. So here is that now one thing I want to share. Now what and why the reason is in our surrounding life, everywhere, everywhere, what we are observing, and the observing things always work in our mindset. Because of that, now some few days ago, I also noticed one thing. Before, when I would go in this another country, another abroad our states, abroad our country, then and it is logically also now I am so giving to you. Like there's also some few family. They are also they had gone to the Kolkata. They went to the Kolkata, and what they want to see the sightseeing of the Kolkata. They want to see. They will see 100%. They will go the Kaneshwar, Belur Math, and like some and Digha everywhere. But they never want to go like this any museum, any kinds of art, any kinds of like this Victoria. So many people, so they want to go Victoria for observing the building, but they never notice in this building what is um, what is stayed in this building, what things are there in this building, what things are there. There, so you can see some of the painting are there. By the paintings, what can we understand by the painting? Well, no, some of the artists they did, but because previous life also now we all time we underestimate underestimate them. We understand other camera. Okay, now just we have been neglecting artists. We have been neglecting this artist. But why and when we go museum, then artist artist also gives uh, artist gives us an answer. Artists there are so many artists their work answered them, but so not that time they couldn't guess nothing. That time so they say see or not see, see or not see, they will go out from the space, but they never feel. And what is the artist work, and what and why? So they also work for us. They also try to give in some knowledge, and with this their artwork we can observe like this, our life. They can also they can artists also can see many things we cannot see, or which things we are observing, and others the few others the normal people, they cannot see what things I am observing. Because of that, that's why the artists also now, they also developed by their observing. But now when I learn, but this is the reason and the philosophy of our human mindset. But now I also didn't get find out before, and what things I do, what things I do, and what things I have, and what things I have to do. What is the reason of my life? I also couldn't understand this philosophy of my life. Then also now I find out my philosophy, and my life journey, and my life question and answer everything, and what kinds of attitude I am doing, and why is the reason. As now I had a stammering problem when I was like this childhood. I could not say properly my words. When I would go to say my words would not come properly. That's also now I never ever, and these feelings, by the feelings I could get hurt, and my heart and soul, and always feel unfilled, and I couldn't satisfied with my words, never were. So then as now I started to know, then I asked myself, if I do not change myself, I couldn't do nothing else wrong. That's also so, and I developed myself and philosophy I always I try to understand the painting mindset. But then totally one of the great persons, so he has, by the reading books, Zimran, he has given to me more and more knowledge. What is the philosophy, and how it is important for us? Because of that, if you don't develop your philosophically mind, never ever your speaking never will be developed. Because all of these philosophers, they are so understanding, they are because they are understanding very carefully what the reason. They always find out this reason, what is happening, what the some are like I don't know, I said, or some of the people, so now they are so quarreling, and the two brothers, they are so quarreling. And some of the great person, some of the our local sophisticated person, local head, they will go and they will like this also now, they will what is the, but some of the two brothers, they are quarreling, they are fighting. But some of the our uh, near uh, mm, corporate person, or sophisticated person, or educated person, they will go and they will say to you, they will say to you, you never do this, and they will do with them some agreement, and they will say to you, never ever you do like this as now, quarreling things, it is not good for our society. Others people will listen what, then after listening they will say some negative and words, also wrong words, but it is not the good for our society. Okay, now they backed, but few days later again they start their quarreling. But an artist, he is observing what is the quarreling reason. He will find out what the reason of this quarreling, and what is the happening. But so behind this behind this scenes, we never can understand these feelings of this our philosophy. Because of that, here is that one thing is also hidden. Which person, which person was like this? Also now, corporate person was a club member, also a society's member, and with him, uh, one of the brothers, he he has good relation with him, but so he knows his problem also now. If I said small brother did something also, and his some of the their property, with this property, and he wants to get much more property. By this also now, that's also he want to get good relation for to the club society's member. Because of that, after good relation, and they also the club person, so they will help to which brothers, they always make relations so good to him, the political license, and which brothers, he never wanted to go, he never wanted to talk to them, he never will say, and this is the problem. For example, no person will say what is the main problems and what is the main philosophy of this quarreling things. Then now I noticed these things, and when like this now, his father had his fathers had so many tree or landlord, but before dying, his father said who wanted to work and who had watched me, who had keep watch on me, and I'll give you something much more probably to him who will see to me. Because after dying also now, and small brothers by forcefully he want to get his property. But what things also father said that was the big fathers, now big brothers also now, they always keep on eyes his father. But small brother also now, this time small brother always go in club and member society, they always would keep a relation on them. But by the reason, by the reason of these main things, but there is our philosophy. And now you understand what is happened. But that's why I say now, big brothers and small brothers. I never will say to, but I'm observing, I'm so understanding their sort of philosophy. But in our society's philosophy here, and who right or who wrong, and how you understand who is doing good and who is doing bad in our behind from this us. But there's so many things that are hidden in our society. But philosophy also one. But you also can develop with your mindset only these things by the paintings, by the your scenes. Also now, when you see my painting, also now you will notice this is my thing. So now I say, no, when Pablo Picasso also now did something also now already in his mind. Now today also now I have to study this Pablo Picasso's painting. Pablo Picasso one thing also now he noticed his paintings like this some of people in what things are now, and by the observing he also did all of this life. But one thing is very interesting when some of the creation will click your mindset, then click will set in your mindset, the core of mindset, then it will never go from your mindset. But that's what I said to you. I want to share to you like this. You also can develop your mindset now. Yeah, that's also I'm doing my works, because of some of the few words I'll say to you again my words, and my dear fans, all of you now. I say everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. We never ever we move our step, even move. We never ever we move even one step forward in our life. We never even one step we never forward in our life because of that without reason. Everything I should say this was everything has a reason. We do nothing without reason. Reason. Here so everything has in this world. Like this nowadays you are you have gotten this mobile, and what is the reason? But already and before like this before many days ago we couldn't get a book which book is a good book. But in this world now, in this world totally, this world's thinking so very big high, and how many things you can learn nowadays also now, good people all are the things also not developed. But if you want to do something to develop, you have to spend much more time, and without spending much more time you cannot do nothing in your life. You cannot do nothing in your life. But I'll give you one example. But you already you have pass out from this your college, but what you have to do, you can do another works, another like this also now, mason works, carpenter works, you'll do never. Because if you want to live, if you want to live on your place, if you want to stay on your place, you have to do choose other works. By the other works you have to develop. Because of that, what things I also did like the same. When like this I couldn't understand nothing that time, I also would have time and time mason works. I could have done mason works. I could do some of the carpenter works I could do. Some of the I also run some. I also drive some car for my family. But so one day I know I would have known this time will change for me. One day some things will come, but I have to stay in my place. If I move this place, and if I do not get, then so now I understood before like this. So now 3 5 years ago I understood this. No, this and 10 years, 20 years ago, I saw always I understood that time is very valuable than others' money. Time is very, and then I have to spend time with me. How can I stay with me? These are very, very interesting things. That's also why I also okay. They've been developing now. I'm developing my words and my sense. Now, if I this is the responsibility of me, artist also now has responsibility of something, and I would like to say to all of the people now, you're also listening, but develop your own mindset. If you don't like this now, how I will read the Picasso's life, like there's no how I will study Emerson. So how? What is the reason? I have to study them. Without study, I also cannot go forward my life because of that. So this is the study of this artwork. But we some people so and how many times you are observing the artist's life. This is a very very much more time you need. Without much more time, you cannot see their life, what they are observing, and like this. How was their observing style? Also, the philosophy mindset. So I always now so today I'm thinking of something I find out the philosophy of mindset which book has given to me, and that's also say everything has a philosophy. Without philosophy we cannot go. But after born, any children, any bird, any born now I will give you another example there. So like this, a baby a baby born in a poor family, a baby born in a rich family, and what will happen? So which rich family born baby, and after born he always he he grew up. He also grew up by their observing the car, bike, scooty, everything in his house always be available, and would be available because of that rich people. They have their time, and so by the their for also now I'm so using my scooty and bike. But the which family in which family so now they have no any scooty bike or so now their ambition will be how can I buy a bike, and like this also, and which family they already have everything like this car, but so their thinking will be so very big and high. So that's why I say always say when you will study, one thing is very very important things, you will study their family and fathers mothers, and some of few people, and in our surrounding life only these things I can say on in our surrounding life so many people they can go without support. Without support they can go, they can be successful without supports. But I say also now they are it is impossible thing. So now also now I'm also giving teaching my students, my son, and what things I didn't get, what things I never ever get from my fathers and mothers. But if I do same things with my sons, their life also will go like me. But so that's why the philosophy of the our mindset have to change, and philosophy is very very important. But what things you are observing is means philosophy. It is called this. We say this. These are words in Bengali. Darshanik, darshan, observation, observing. Also observing. But now observation we know, but philosophy words I also couldn't know before, and this word is very very important for me. Some people say, "Oh, I'm a philosopher." No, I'm not the philosopher. I'm say understanding the world, and people also have concept here. So these are many things, many times I also would use this words. So now I'm also doing this practice all times now. I come here for practicing my English language. That's also I'm so developing my philosophy, not only the mindset. If you don't develop your mind's philosophy, never ever you can do nothing else now. Before going to big place, and you have to develop. Now today also now I also would go many times. I also would go many times in Delhi, Mumbai. That time my philosophy was not born. Now today my philosophy was born. I could say to him, I could say something else now, and whether my artwork, that time my art was not so nothing, and I always would say to me, who will give me prize, and who will say to me, and what is the meaning of life. But no, my time is not preferring. My time was not preferring to me. Today something is preferring to me. Today also now I am so feeling, and today I am doing fulfill in my philosophy. That's also now I want to go. But no, and they'll say, what is your art and what you want to say with your art? I also say, this is the my philosophy. If you want to listen, you can sit. And I ask always myself, always keep changing so quickly, and why not we can change our mindset. Mindset now, this is the developing mindset by the art sense. You can increase your dopamine set, dopamine. You can increase your dopamine by the art. But no, and one of the great persons also said, we are Indian people. We never ever we try to understand the art philosophy. Art is one of the Indian philosophy, Indian art. But no, in our art, who will say in our culture? Never. But no, in one thing is now great things now I find out today, and these are things is very interesting things now today. Today I am understanding in our art college some of the librarian. Then if I now today ask to you who was in library and librarian and what kinds of books uh, she wants to buy, her buying things we we would have learned her buying things. But no, he doesn't understand this. What is the art? That's why now I'm saying to you, one thing is very interesting things. But no, I'm saying by the artist choice and whose books are very important for artists, and you also have to buy this kind. So, but all times you know, and she would go to the book fair, and whose book had in whose book had so many pictures like this, paintings like this also Salvador Dali. But so, how can change and our mindset? You know, they never would try. And but you know, my words is that I'm so just interestingly I'm saying, and this is the very good things, very good, uh, good also now happen. But you know, as that one thing says, who who was in the library person, and he has no any art related education, but you know he had to do job in this library. And I also observed this many days ago. So now, in this book fair, she would go to the and she would buy so many few books. And but you know, she doesn't understand. She didn't understand. She didn't she did not understand this which book is important to read for the artist. Now to also now there's also a receptionist and our by the artist you have to know, you have to ask to them which book are very important for learning to them, because of the not today which books are I am reading. This book also now has given to me so very big knowledge and by the philosophy of our mindset. But we never by the beside this Pablo Picasso, but already Pablo Picasso also now developed his mindset and philosophically. But we never understand this. What is that? But many people say cubism, fauvism. It is not now. Today also now I am observing by his philosophy. His philosophy, what he would say to our country's people, and why he's done, why he done this like these paintings. With this painting, now they also philosophy, and like the Leonardo da Vinci and Vincent van Gogh. Those I respect today. Totally, I respect to them. They are so very great philosopher in this world. By their philosophy, we are now developing. We are so eating good, and living good. Everything else now, every idea comes from them today, and that's why it's now. If I also started to start and my philosophy, that's also I do, and sometimes I'll do some of the practice. And this is not my practice. I want to do some of the practice of me. But so many times I have to go. I have to go and I will say now I want to paint some of my paintings. If you give me some chance, and I'll do here some paintings. And you may collect or you can give me anything, but I want to do share my skill with them and why I do, what is the art reason, why I, and what is the reason of this art in our country's people, why they cannot believe in arts field. But I have something I want to give them. Okay, now there's my philosophy. Also developing my philosophy. My name is Paul Orman. Philosophically, then I have these words now. Plato also now philosopher of this our life. Today I'm suffering these words. These words waited for me. These kinds of words also waited for me. That's why I am developing my words. Because of that, my father's mother, people they do not understand their life. Because they don't know about this philosophy of our life, then I said to my dear friends, all of you, bye bye, have a nice day and a good day. But I am becoming a philosopher. I want to become a philosopher. Not, I'm not going to become, but I want to become an artist. Well, sir, bye bye, goodbye, have a nice day.